to Hadestown. Good. Are we up for it this afternoon? Here's Anaïs joining me on the stage. Listen, Anaïs and I both crossed paths back in 2014, a very different scene. It was the Folk Awards, the BBC Radio 2 ones. You were performing, picking up awards. Here we are, 2023, celebrating this, the runaway success of Hadestown and the new beginnings of a new run here in London. 8-time, I'm going to give you some stats, whether you like it or not. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, 8-time Tony Award-winning show.
Woo!
Grammy Award-winning show. Woo! The longest running show in the 100-year history of the Walter Kerr Theatre. Woo! It goes down in history as the 4th time in Broadway that a female has been the solo author of a musical, writing the music. There's more. It also marks the first time in Broadway history that a show's female composer and female director both win Tony Awards for their works. Congratulations. Now it seems on the surface that it might be a mighty big lump to go from a leap, to go from being a performer and songwriter to having this kind of runaway success, and I thought you might take us on a journey.
Yeah, I'd love to. The development of Hadestown kind of into the animal that it is now took an extremely long time.
But when did you get the first thought for it?
Yeah, I was in my 20s. I won't tell you how old I am now. But I was in my early 20s, and I was just starting out as a singer-songwriter, taking any gig I could possibly get. I would drive for 1,000 miles for a tip gig, and I was on one of those long drives alone at night when the chorus of "Wait for Me" kind of dropped into my lap, as I'm driving, and it had some other lyrics that are no longer with the show, but they seem to be about the Orpheus and Eurydice story. And it was that moment where I thought, I really would like to tell this story and to make a long form piece of music theater.
Were you fans of musicals? Because it's a very different format.
Yeah, I'm not a theater kid, having met some theater kids now in my life, I realize that wasn't me, but I always was really inspired by sung-through musicals. I love Les Mis so much from the bottom of my heart. I love Hamilton. I love the Three-Penny Opera, and I think that actually was probably the closest thing to an inspiration for this piece was Three-Penny Opera. But I continue to love that feeling of you're in a story, you're in the theater, but you also, the music just doesn't stop, it just keeps coming.
Were there any particular challenges?
Yeah.
Tell us about them.
Yeah. Right, well, I wasn't studied in theater or kind of dramatic storytelling. I come from songwriting and music, and certainly I always have been very interested in lyrics, always gravitated towards balladry and sort of the Texas songwriter tradition of just it's a little novella, but it's happening in a song. And so in that way, it wasn't that different to switch to theater, but there's a way in which people just expect and demand more from a song in the theater. They want a song to have results.
Well, it has to perform certain duties, doesn't
Yeah.
it? Did that make it easier to write these songs, or a little more difficult?
A bunch of the songs existed as kind of music world songs, and they felt like they were done, they were structurally done as a piece of music, but they weren't doing what was required of them storytelling-wise, and it required kind of breaking them in order to make them something fuller and bigger.
Can we talk about that a little later?
Yeah.
But I think it's time for more music. Good crowd, I can feel it. So what are we going to start with, Anaïs?
Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get my guitar and plug it in.
It's a wonderful old guitar that we're going to hear. Is it 1940 that I heard you say it was?
Yeah, I think it's 40s, and I should know exactly the answer to that, but I don't.
83 years old.
Yeah.
Is it Flowers you're starting with?
Yeah, this is a song that is sung by Eurydice.
There are flowers as well, beautiful red flowers you can take home with you, by the way. put in water.
And they're real, yeah, they're real flowers. In New York, it's like they're always plastic ones. Or London. So this is a song that Eurydice sings. She in the original mythology, Eurydice is bitten by a snake and she dies and goes to the underworld. And in our story, it's sort of more metaphorical than that. She also has more agency because she chooses to go to this land called Hadestown, which is a land of wealth and security. She chooses to go, and then she realizes once she's gotten there the cost, the spiritual cost of that choice. And this is a song where she's sort of reckoning with that sensation that she's made a mistake.
Gracefully.